2024 tabletop role-playing game Ask Me Anything Day 2. I should have started this on the 15th, but I'm old and I forgot. All right, so today's question is favorite PC race, and I guess we're also talking about my tabletop role-playing game pedigree. So favorite player character race, I guess, in Dungeons & Dragons. Well, human would be number one, because I am mostly human. And I think and act like a mostly human. So obviously it's very easy to play a human. And while I've played plenty of non-humans, they're basically just variations of me. Even if I tried to get really into the how would this non-human character view the world, they're still just variations of my personality and where I am in my life at the time. So I'm human. I mean, it's very hard to think like a completely alien species like elves. I mean, how do you look at the world through the eyes of a virtually immortal magic race, you know, where you constantly are watching everything you love age and die, and you're still like, I mean, you know, whatever. So humans are number one. I've always had a soft spot for the short races. Don't know why. Dwarves, I love dwarves, probably because of Lord of the Rings, and halflings, because I think in another life I was a halfling. I love the Shire. I love the halflings, reading about the halflings, and the hobbits are, you know, my favorite part of Lord of the Rings. Just that no nonsense, down to earth, pastoral farming lifestyle where everything's just a little bit more relaxed, and, you know, food and fun and company is more important than adventure, and just being, you know, safe and welcome, and that sensation of home that the Shire has, you know, for somebody who's never really felt home anywhere, even with my family, you know, when I see the Shire, when I read about the halflings or the hobbits, I feel at home. You know, the scenes of the Shire from the Lord of the Rings Hobbit movies were always my favorite, because that's like, I want to live in the Shire. So yeah, be humans first, halflings second, dwarves third, gnomes fourth. So those are my favorite player character races. But you mean humans, yeah, because I'm a human who wants to be a halfling. Now we're talking about experience, and my tabletop role-playing game pedigree. So yeah, very first thing I was published, not counting self-published Villains and Vigilantes zine, probably would have been college. So we're talking 1984, 85, doing the Gurps stuff, you know, playtesting Gurps Supers, publishing stuff in the Game Mechanic, publishing stuff in Space and Fantasy Gamer, seeing my name in the credits for Gurps Supers, Gurps IST, Gurps Cyberpunk, the Gurps stuff. So 85, 86 is when I really started publishing. I mean, I'd self-published games before that. There were pieces of crap, and written self-published articles that were pieces of crap. But then I'd worked at cons before that and run games at cons before that. But, you know, I think that was really when I started really actually, you know, being concerned about things like editing and spell checking and working with other people, and not putting my ego first and just making product that would have been approachable. So yeah, the Gurp stuff was probably when I started. And then we go through from 85 all the way up to now 2024, where I'm still doing the stuff with Jim on Postmortem. You know, in the last couple of years, I've published 8, 10, 15 books between the Red Room and Postmortem, and, you know, countless articles and blog posts and games I play tested, games I worked on, games I consulted on, you know, Dungeons and Dragons Next, Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition, Armageddon 2026. God, there's so many. So it'd been Gurps, Archosolian stuff, the Numenor stuff, self-published stuff, other companies, the Palladium stuff, the Armageddon 2026 stuff, the Bad Monkey stuff, multiple articles, working on M20, working on Ring of Fire. God, I'm trying to think. I know there's more, but I'm old and I can't remember. a lot of old OGL stuff. Early on, Spycraft, some horror stuff that I, was play testing, writing for, some V&V stuff that I was doing when V&V was available to write for again. Online publishing with various online articles, either self-published or in blogs or with other company stuff. Mega Dungeon stuff, and it's some Mega Dungeon stuff for the world's largest dungeon people. A lot of Magic the Gathering stuff, playtesting Magic the Gathering and running Magic the Gathering and Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon, and doing stuff for CES and doing CES newsletter for the 5 seconds that it lasted. And then doing the Red Room, and then doing Postmortem, the CES Gear and Ammo universe, which started as Wretched Supers and then became Wretched Beastery, and then became the CES Gear and Ammo Fresno, Nevada universe that you all know and love, that brings us to today, which my most recent published product, the Waffle Apocalypse book, which is the last book of the year, and the one I'm really most proud of. That one, whenever I really get into the history and the researchers, those are the ones that excite me the most to write. And whenever I see them in print, I'm the most excited about. So, when Beastery came out, Wretched Beastery came out, and then, I was the only one who was talking about it. I was excited because I'd spent like a year working on that product, and it was out and people were talking about it, and I don't know what Miguel and Sylvia are going to do with it, but, I'm in the process of rewriting it for Postmortem, so there's no connection between my stuff and Red Room in the future. Same with the Wretched stuff, Miguel has the Wretched Vigilante stuff, but the Wretched Vigilantes 2025 stuff is going to be completely renamed. It's going to be done most likely through Shadow Dark, or at least say, approved with Shadow Dark, but D20 level based. Probably the way it should have been, designing a superhero system, as opposed to with Wretched, where I was trying to square peg round hole my ideas into Miguel's system, which just wasn't adaptable to superheroes. It's probably why I've had to rewrite it so many times, and whatever. Do I feel that Miguel and Sylvia supported it as much as they could have? No, but, they've said superheroes wasn't really their thing, and they really never knew what to do with it. So that's fine. Whatever. No hard feelings. I wish them the best. So there you go. Favorite race: humans, halflings, dwarves, whatever else. My tabletop role-playing game pedigree, 1985 through today. There you go. Ask me anything. Go ahead. Post some questions. Let me know what you want to talk about as the year spirals to an end, and I beg you to help me to reach 2,000 subs. Have a great, whatever it is, day. As you can tell, my brain's not really working. See ya. Shadow dream.